Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Welcome back. I got the Veles on the block, and I got a couple packages here I need to open. I just ordered up some parts from Oxtin Marine, and I've got a little subscriber package that Fred sent me. So stick around. We're going to open up a couple boxes and tinker around with the Veles. So stick around. Big B with ironcladedout. Like I said, Fred actually sent this to me. Fred, I appreciate it, brother. Fred, he's the one that actually sent me this DYNIMITE 3650. It had the motor wires had desoldered right here. I actually threw that motor in my 6S Shreddy. All right, the recoil too. So, Fred, I appreciate it, brother. He actually sent me a cable that I put in my Blackjack 24. So, he actually got this from RC Planet. I think they sent this to him by mistake. It's a Hobby Wing program card, which should work for the DYNIMITE 120 in the Veles. Now, I'm not exactly sure, but I've tried these cards in the past. But I tried this one. Okay, this one didn't work with the DYNIMITE. Alright, this one right here I think will work with the DYNIMITE. It's the blue one. Okay, you guys see the difference there? So that's going to come in handy. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I actually needed one. I actually needed that because the red Hobby Wing program card did not work with the DYNIMITE 120 in the Veles. So, thank you. Thank you, Fred. Yeah, if you guys have something you'd like to send to the channel, whether it's boat related or just something funny, tools, props, whatever products you're trying to promote, my email's in all my videos. Hit me up in my email and I'll definitely give you my address so you can get it out to me. All right. So this is from Oxtin Marine. Okay. And I tell you what, I ordered this freaking like yesterday or the night before. All right. It came in one day. Okay. One day shipment from Oxtin. Alright, so right off the top here, we got the white cooling line. These are extra large cooling lines from Oxtin. And I thought the white would look good on the Veles, so I kind of went with it. That's what we're going to do in this video. We're going to hook up the cooling line. I thought it was supposed to have Oxtin logo on it. Oh, it does. Oh, it has one. Has one. Jeez. Alright, so that's actually nice. I got two of them. That's 6 feet. Okay, that should do that boat plus some. But I'm actually going to install this in the stock cooling arrangement. And I've got flush mounted water pickups for this boat coming. Okay. So we got the cooling line. Alright, pretty nice looking. It's thick. It feels about the same quality as like OSE. Okay. I also got a 4814. Now I lost this damn prop right here in my Sonic Wake V2, and this prop, this 4814 in my Delta Force 35 actually gave me my PB. Okay, I lost it at the speed run spot. I didn't even have it on camera, so oh man, I was bummed out. I was trying it out on a Sonic Wake with the big boy battery in there, and 71 miles an hour in my Delta Force 35 with this damn prop. So I had to get another one. Nice prop. That's a good prop. Alright, and I actually, for the Veles, this is going to be an upcoming project for this boat. I'm taking the stock battery trays out and installing these Oxtin Marine carbon fiber battery trays so I can lower the CG in my boat, get that CG as low as I can. Okay, these are actually two and 3/4 inch wide carbon fiber battery trays, and the Veles is like the sponson is like 2 1/4, 2 1/2. So we're actually going to have to more than likely trim off that outside strap retainer right there. Just cut that whole line out. Okay, so 2 3/4, Alright, and then the Veles battery tray is 2.5, I think. So yeah, we'll definitely just kind of trim off that part right there where the end of my adjustable ruler is. But they're actually really nice. Let's open them up here. So this is going to be coming up when I can get the time. You know, I'm going to be lowering the CG in this boat and, you know, taking away, you know, reducing the overall weight of the boat. Hopefully, depending on how heavy those battery trays are. This is pretty thin for what it is. So let's take it out here and look at it. They're only $10, $10. I'll have a link in the description for you. Carbon fiber, man. Stout, stiff. All right. So they're 2.5, 2.7 millimeter thick. So they're probably 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 millimeter thick. Okay. Nice battery tray. They're pretty light too, man. Nice. Oh, I'm stoked. Yes, sir, buddy. All right, so I think that's all I got. Yeah. I got another package coming. Actually, I got a few more things coming. I got something for my UL-19, and I got some other parts for this boat. Got a flex cable coming. But, oh, he threw in a sticker. That's cool. Let's go ahead and install the white cooling line. All right. I don't know if I want to go with white or green. I've actually got green coming. I might do like green and white type deal. But I thought that white would look good with the boat. All right, I'm just going to install the water cooling in the stock configuration. All right, nothing fancy, okay? If you guys want to go, you can go, because it's going to take me a long time. All right, I'm going to be kind of jacking my jaws, running my mouth throughout the upgrade process, okay? With this boat, I've had this boat for like, what, 3 months, okay? My PB with the boat's actually 81. My personal best, all right? And, you know, a lot of guys were waiting on me to upgrade this boat, okay? And what I like to do with my boats, what takes me so long sometimes to upgrade my boats is I'll run my boats. I'll run them and I'll feel them out. I'll kind of see what they need, because I don't base my builds on anybody else's build. Okay, I do my own thing. I see what the boat needs, and I'll kind of do it. Now, what takes a boat builder so long to upgrade their boats and modify their boats? Boats are not like just take a Traxxas Rustler or a Slash. That's probably the best example. A Slash has every upgrade part under the moon. I mean, you could basically replace every single part on a Traxxas Slash with an upgrade part. Okay, regardless if it's a good or bad upgrade. With boats, you kind of got to put some thought into it, because there's not a lot of specific upgrade parts for boats. Adjustable ruler is your best friend. Okay, this little guy right here and this little fella right here, this feeler gauge, okay? They become your best friend when you're upgrading a boat and you're doing, you know, odd things to your boat. All right, now these battery trays are a little bit wide, but the length is right. Okay, it's just a little bit shorter than the stock battery tray. Now I could have got a battery tray that was the perfect width for this boat, 2.5 inches, 2.25 inches, but it's a short battery tray. Okay, I had to actually do some research, man. Offshore Electrics, I went OSE, Zip Kits, and Oxtin, they had the one I was looking for, okay? And, you know, it's taken me this long to figure out where to get the battery tray from, but you got to actually do the measurements. You got to make sure the battery tray is going to fit in there. I want to actually get batteries, new batteries for this boat. I want to get the biggest damn batteries I can fit in this boat, okay? I'm looking at some Z8000s. But I can't really put the batteries in the boat until I get these guys here in. Now, you know, even with batteries, okay, sometimes you can't just buy just any old battery for a boat. You know, you got to take in consideration the height where you can fit the battery, the width of the battery, the length of the battery. Okay, like just say my SPEKTRUM batteries, just say they weigh 200 grams. Okay, the batteries I'm looking at for the boat weigh 350 grams each. Okay, so that's basically an extra 300 grams I'm gonna be putting on this boat. Am I gonna be able to get my CG right with this battery tray? Do I need to move my CG, my battery tray forward or back in the boat? Okay, you really got to put some thought into it, especially if you're exploring new ground. So I got all the stock cooling lines out the boat. Pretty simple. We got to get this little hose barb, hose retainer, grommet, through hole out the boat. All right, and what I do to do that, I use a drift, okay, and I heat my drift up really hot, and I'll stick it in there. All right, and then I'll have another drift punch ready so I can tap it out once I heat that glue up that's retaining this through hole. Okay, so let's heat this up. All right, now we're gonna stick it in the grommet, let it sit there, heat up that adhesive that's around the grommet there. Okay, and I got a big punch that I'm gonna like tap it out through from the inside. Okay, so all right, so it's actually heating up the glue there. All right, and oh, didn't have to tap it out, it just came right out. Okay, so that worked out really good. All right, just heats up that little bit of silicone or whatever they use for adhesive. Okay, and it'll come right out. All right, let's see how big that is. Oh wow, so shit, damn, that's a lot bigger hole than my cooling line. Okay, so we might need to get creative right here. What we're going to use is a plastic grommet. All right, I got this little grommet set, $5 at like Harbor Freight. Super cheap. All right, I'm using a 7/16 grommet. Okay, when you need these things, they come in handy, but you don't use them very often. But when you need it, it's good to have around. This is like a thick layup on this hole. It's really thick. You guys see how thick the transom is, and that's really good to see, you guys. But with these grommets, they work really good on ABS polycarbonate hulls, but these thick fiberglass hulls, not so much. Okay, so what I do is I actually cut one side of the grommet off. All right, I'll cut it off, and it'll look something like this. All right, I didn't do that great a job, but it looks something like that. All right, and what I'm gonna do is use a little drop of CA when I put this in that hole right there, just to keep it in place. Okay, just to keep it in place. I don't want to seal it because I may upgrade it later on to an aluminum grommet, which probably won't. If this works, then it works. I've done this to my UL19 and it worked. So I'm just going to put it in place. Okay, I might need to trim it up a little bit, use my stepped bit here and kind of trim it up. So I got the grommet in. Okay, what I did was I kind of drilled it out just a little bit bigger, not much. And I put a little drop of CA on my razor knife here so I could get it behind that lip on the grommet. And so I wouldn't make a mess on the boat, and just kind of glued it in place, tacked it in place basically. Once I got it tacked in place, I took a drift and stuck it in that grommet to just kind of spread it all out, make sure it's all in there and properly fit it into the hole. And now we can put our cooling line in. Boom, done. All right, I got it through here. Just gonna pull this hose through. While I'm doing this, I'll just kind of run my mouth a little bit. Like for this little Geico, okay, I'm putting that 380 in here, and I want to freaking blueprint the sponson for you guys. I'm gonna do a how-to tutorial on how to blueprint a catamaran. I'm gonna use this boat for my tutorial, okay, and we're gonna be doing that. And I've actually got the graphite and everything to do it with. I just picked it up. So that's going to be coming here shortly. Okay, it takes time upgrading boats and making them your own. Especially custom work like a blueprint job. That takes a lot of time. All right. So I'm gonna cut this exactly to length because this is what I'm gonna use my rudder pickup for my motor, and then my through hole pickups, the flush mounted pickup, will be for the speed control. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this one exactly to size, no shorter, no longer. All right. Yeah, I enjoy upgrading boats, man. It's something I love to do. I just love, it's something about seeing these little freaking boats. Well, this one's not little, but seeing these boats haul ass across the water, man. It just gives you like sense of satisfaction, man. Especially, especially if the boat was slow out the gate, then like the Blackjack 24, man. I am super stoked to be getting 67, 60 in the 60s with that boat now, man. Every run. That's freaking awesome. Oh, so rewarding, man. And I really enjoy promoting the boating hobby. I mean, I freaking enjoy it, you guys. Like making my YouTube videos. It's a lot of work. And the videos are long. I do bare minimum editing on my videos. A lot of times, and but I've done enough videos now to where my editing, I kind of fly through the editing here lately, because I've kind of got it down pat, kind of licked it. Where is the logo? Oh, there it is. Damn, I wanted that logo to be right there. It looks like I'm gonna have to cut it off. Oh, maybe if I pull it through some more here. But yeah, man, I enjoy the boating hobby. I love making videos for you guys. There's nothing more satisfying than seeing your damn boat fly across the freaking water. And I love making them fly across the damn water. I've got like a natural knack for it, man. I grew up with a family. My dad was a boat motor mechanic, an outboard motor mechanic. We always had 2 or 3 one-to-one boats. We always had like a ski boat. We always had like a family boat and a big fishing boat, on top of the little hydroplanes that we've had in the past. My dad used to race little 3-point hydros, and it's just kind of in my blood, man. It's my dad used to actually balance and work on propellers, modify one-to-one boat propellers like the 3-point hydroplane propellers. We used to blueprint 3-point hydroplanes when I was real young, man. I could barely remember, but I remember sitting on the boat with my grandpa and my dad would sit there and blueprint these little 3-point hydros. And my grandpa, he was a shrimp boat builder, like a big, he used to build 100-foot shrimp boats in his backyard. Like he built 3 in his lifetime. 3, one was like 60, one was like 85, and I think one was like a 110-foot shrimp boat. But it's just in my blood, you guys. Y'all probably wondering, like, damn, B, what is that? All you do is work on your boats? I have a full-time job. I get to knock off early because I own the tree business, but I enjoy upgrading, promoting, showing you guys how to make these boats go fast, man. It's just something I love doing. I love seeing other guys go fast with their boats. That's why, I kind of go over my whole setup with you guys, inside and out. Props, everything, man, because it's really like if you're just getting into the hobby, you don't have a background with boats, you don't really understand boats, how hydrodynamics work, it can be daunting, it can be troublesome, and a lot of times it's hard to find information online. Now, what I suggest, if you guys are looking for information about a boat, don't necessarily look for RC boat information. One-to-one boat information. Like if you got a catamaran, look up catamaran, Google catamaran, and what you're trying to achieve with your boat. Whether it's blueprinting, there's information online for one-to-one boats that carries over to smaller boats. But keep in mind, one-to-one boats, the propellers spin in a right-hand rotation. RC boats, left-hand rotation. So everything in that aspect isn't 100% right. Like 3-point hydroplanes, racing and stuff, there's a few forums that has like a plethora of information about blueprinting a boat, where turn fins are, where turn fins are mounted at, why a turn fin is mounted, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so it's going to the motor, out the motor, to the ESC right here, and out the boat. Okay, so I think I'm gonna see how small that hole right there is. It's tiny. It's tiny, teeny tiny compared to the hole in this. So I'm gonna do my ironclad exit. Okay, I'm gonna take this little guy right here out and just run the tube through the hull and put a brass tube on the inside. Open up that flow. Okay. All right. So I actually drilled the nipple out. I actually tried to heat it up with my little drift. I put, you know, a little pick in there, heated up, and it wasn't getting hot enough to break the Loctite loose on here, so I just drilled the tip of the nipple off. All right, and what I'm gonna do is run my coolant tube right through that hole. Okay, but if you just run it through the hole, it's actually gonna just fall out if you have a big spill. So what I do is I found a tight fitting brass tube that fits in my hose perfect. Okay, in this case it's 3/16 with this 8mm, 4mm inside diameter. If you're a boat builder or you're planning on getting into the boating hobby, I recommend picking up brass tubes. Okay, pick Offshore Electrics or, like, you know, Michael's crafting supplies, they carry them. But Offshore Electrics, you can get your sizes stepped up incrementally. Now these brass tubes, they all fit into each other, so you can, like, taper your brass tubes, you know, put them inside. You can make shims for your propellers. I make shims for like an 1/8 to 3/16 propeller, 4mm 3/16. These work great for that. Okay, I keep a whole stockpile of the common ones. All right, so what I'm doing with my through hole here, like I said, I'm just gonna run my line right through it. I got a stepped up bit. I'm gonna drill it out to size. Okay, and put this 3/16 brass tube in that tube. All right, press fit it. The hole needs to be drilled a little bit bigger, so when you put the 3/16 tube in this 4x8mm silicone tube, it will actually press fit that silicone tube in that hole, and you got a nice big opening. You're not restricting the flow. Okay, so look at the size difference in the stock nipple and the oversized 3/16 nipple. Okay, I actually drilled this nipple right here out trying to get this thing out, so that hole is actually larger than the stock hole by a long shot. So much more flow. Okay, so when I take my electronics tray out this boat, I'm actually going to do this mod right here to that DYNIMITE 120. I drilled these holes out to 5/16. Hold on, let me check. .532. I drilled this hole out to 5/32 all the way through the ESC, both sides. I cut 4 little 5/32 brass tubes and put in all 4 corners with red Loctite. Boom. Okay. Opened the flow up quite a bit, you guys. Quite a bit. All right. So look how big this one is compared to the stock hole. Okay. All right. Open the flow up. So I'm gonna be doing that to the 120 when I do all my upgrade. You know, I remember when I was younger, you know, or in my teens, I guess. You know, my dad owned his own boat mechanic shop, and guys would come by, get advice. They would be out there jacking their jaws, talking about, you know, how to make their boat go faster, weight in a real one-to-one boat, moving fuel tanks around in the boat to get the weight right, you know, passengers in the boat, the on outboard motors, they have like the little hydrofoil on the boat. You know, they would actually reduce and blueprint the lower units. You know, lower units, same thing with a strut. Okay, same thing with a strut on a boat, a lower unit on an outboard, same deal. All right, they would actually blueprint it. I've got a nose cone out in my shop for a 150 Evinrude. Okay, they would put nose cones, weld nose cones on their on their lower units for hydrodynamics, to add extra speed, top end speed. It's about the same, okay? And there's a lot to learn. I'm still learning about RC boats. And thanks to my wife. You guys, y'all should thank my wife, because I wouldn't be doing YouTube if it wasn't for my wife pushing me to start a channel, okay? She's the one that got me going on the YouTube. I mean, I didn't know my ass from an elbow. I didn't know how to upload videos. I didn't know how to start an account. I'm not a computer guy. I'm old school, y'all. I'm old school, man. I do all this stuff on my phone. I usually watch a video 2 or 3 times before I upload it, you know, as I'm editing the video. So it's like, you know, anytime I'm not working my tree job, I'm freaking editing videos or at the pond. When I'm at the pond, I'm only at the pond for an hour or so. It don't take me long at the pond. You know, this upgrading the boats, the bench time, this is what takes so long, editing wise. Like, this is what really takes the most time, is editing the tutorial videos, you know. But y'all thank my wife now. Y'all thank her, because I wouldn't be on here if it wasn't for her. Okay, I'm the average Joe, and you guys can probably hear the way I talk. You know, I stutter. I repeat myself a lot, man. Like, you know, I don't use all the proper fancy terminology, and you know, but I do enjoy building boats and sharing it with you guys. So I appreciate you guys watching, like, and supporting the channel. So a real quick trick that a few, actually several subscribers have recommended to me here lately, because I've been blowing lines off my nipples, is to use a piece of the silicone tube stretched over the tube on your barb. Okay, I did it to all my connections here. You guys see that? It looks nice and clean. Geez, why hadn't I been doing this, you know, hell, 10 years ago? Well, 5 years ago. So what you do is you put on needle nose pliers, stretch it out, and put your silicone tube in it. Okay, pull your pliers out. Boom, boom, boom. Done, done, done. I guess the bigger the piece you put on there, the better it's actually going to stay on your nipple. Okay? She said nipple. Alright, so just put it on your nipple. Alright, done. And that should hold it on there pretty good. Okay, a little tip for you guys. A little tip from the subscribers. Thank you guys. She's basically done. Alright, from the rudder to the motor, out the motor, to the ESC, out the ESC, and out the freaking boat. Okay, it looks nice, it looks clean. Actually had some white heat shrink. I heat shrunk my wires so it matched, you know. Looks good, looks freaking nice. Sweet. Alright, so I'm gonna let you guys go. It's a long freaking video. If you're still here, you're freaking awesome, man. You are the shit. You're ironclad. Boat gang, baby. Boat gang. We'll see you guys next time. Big B with Ironclad RC.